Hello, 8th standard CBSE children. Have a good day. Have a nice day. Today we are going to do video session 14, chapter 10. I have given a heading as Role of Hormones, part 2. As such, given in our textbook as Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Clear? So actually, this lesson in our textbook, chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. But as it gives more importance to the role of hormones, I am giving the heading Role of Hormones. Right? So today is our video session number 14. 8 CBSE children, I hope you are listening. So we will continue the lesson. Yesterday we have done what are endocrine glands, otherwise it is also known as ductless gland, and then exocrine gland, ductal gland, and then what is a gland? You know, gland is a group of cells which secrete the secretion as hormone or digestive juices. Okay? Or any secretion, that glandular portion of the cell will secrete its secretion. That is the chemical substances. Okay? Then we come across the term target site, where the endocrine glands will secrete hormone and they are directly poured into the bloodstream. Again, it reaches the target organ or target site. For example, thyroid gland, yesterday we were talking about. Is it not? Now this thyroid gland will secrete thyroxine. Wherever iodine mineral is needed for the human body, by the human body, it goes to the particular organ. That is target organ or target site. I hope you are listening. So that we have learned as target site. And then hormones are chemical substances which are required in small quantities and they are poured into the bloodstream without any duct. Whereas enzymes are again biochemical substances that are secreted by the digestive glands. And they are poured into the concern with the carried by the duct. Example, salivary gland carries saliva through salivary duct. Bile juice liver carries bile juice through bile duct. Okay. Other than this digestive glands, enzyme secretion, this lacrimal gland, tear gland, also called lacrimal gland, that is also secreted and it is through the lacrimal duct. I hope you understand. This is, we have just started yesterday. Then we have learned about these hormones, hyper and hyposecretion. Hypersecretion, excess secretion. Then that secretion has to be inhibited, reduced, or if it is hyposecretion, that is when the secretion is less, it has to be stimulated or accelerated. That is hyposecretion. Okay. Then one of the endocrine glands we have learned yesterday, position as pituitary gland in hypothalamus, base of the brain, master of all the glands. Then thyroid gland secreting thyroxine. Parathyroid gland, embedded among them is the parathyroid gland secreting parathormone. And then pancreas acting as dual gland, where it acts as both exocrine and endocrine glands. I hope you are recollect these points. Yes, sir? Then these pancreas, dual gland we have learned. In that endocrine portion is what? Islets of Langerhans. and they have two types of, these islet cells have two types of cells as alpha cells and beta cells, where alpha cells secrete glucagon and beta cell secretes insulin. I hope you know. Yeah. The next we learn about adrenal gland. Adrenal gland is present above the kidney. Adrenal gland is present above the kidney, secreting the hormone adrenaline. Adrenal gland secretes the hormone adrenaline, and the adrenal gland is present above the kidney. And this adrenal gland, it is considered as stress hormone. When a person is having too much of tension and stress, that is controlled by this hormone adrenaline. Okay. And also this hormone is considered as flight, fight and fright. What does it mean? Suppose when an accident occurs for a person, immediately that person is rushed to the hospital. Is it not? Taken to emergency ward. There, what do? They immediately administer an injection, that is adrenaline, because that person is in an emergency condition, and the doctor will take some time to diagnose each and every test by conducting each and every test. Is it not? So now this adrenaline, it is as emergency hormone, where it is also considered as stress hormone, where it is, if anything is in hyposecretion, that will be stimulated. If anything is hypersecretion, due to the accident of that person, it will be inhibited. That is why it is adrenaline hormone is considered as hormone of flight, fright and fight. And it is also as emergency hormone and stress hormone. I hope you are listening. So this is for adrenal. 1 minute. So this adrenal, see here, adrenal gland. Can you see? A pair of kidney. Above that is the adrenal gland. Are you clear? Can you see clearly? Sure. Right? So now the adrenal gland are triangular in shape and situated on the top of the two kidneys. Sure? They secrete a hormone called adrenaline. Adrenal gland secrete the hormone called adrenaline, which prepares the body for action during the time of stress. So it is also called fight or flight hormone, and then it is also as stress hormone, as I said just now. Sure? So this is stress hormone, right? Fight or flight hormone. It is secreted when the body faces situation of excitement, fear or stress. This hormone is secreted when the person faces the situation of excitement, fear or stress. Okay? Because as it regulates heartbeat, breathing rate and blood pressure. It regulates heartbeat, breathing rate and blood pressure. Right? So the effect of this hormone is temporary and lasts for only few minutes. So after that, whatever the treatment is needed, it has to be considered. This is for adrenal gland. I hope you understand. And then we are talking about next one. It is gonad. Yeah. Next one is gonad. Next one is gonad. Gonads are the sex organ. Gonads are sex organs. Okay, it is as testis and ovary. Testis and ovary. Testis and ovary. Okay. Now this testis secrete the hormone testosterone. Testosterone. And it secretes estrogen. சில புக்ல இருக்காது, both are correct. இந்த வந்து சில புக்ல இருக்காது. சரியா? So the testis secretes testosterone and ovary secretes estrogen. Okay. And in chapter 9 we have learned sex organs in human as male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Is it not? So the hormones secreted by testis, this accessory glands we have learned, prostate gland, Cowper's gland, seminal vesicle, is it not? So the secretions of those with the testosterone is called androgen. The hormone is called androgen. Whereas in ovary, it secretes the hormone estrogen, and during pregnancy, it is called progesterone. Another transitory hormone called progesterone. I hope you understand. So the hormone secreted by the gonads or the sex organ. Are you clear? Now these hormone secretion, we talk about FSH and LH. L luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone. F வந்து follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. What is follicle stimulating hormone? Why do we say? Because in female, ovary is formed of numerous Graafian follicle. Ovary is formed of numerous Graafian follicle. Same way, this testis, it is formed of seminiferous tubules. It is formed of seminiferous tubules. I hope you recollect. So the secretion of these seminiferous tubules and Graafian follicle in female is stimulated by follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, thereby secreting testosterone and estrogen in female. Testosterone in male, estrogen in female. I hope you understand. Then we come across in female, we come across a term called menstrual cycle. We come across a term menstrual cycle. Under that, menarche and menopause. Then gestation period. Menarche, menopause, gestation period. Okay. So now in this video session, we are learning term menstrual cycle, menarche, menopause, gestation period. And then we come across another two terms as puberty. We come across a term puberty and adolescence. Puberty and adolescence. So now when we say and the testis matures, normally from day 1, when the sex is determined as male, the testes will start developing right from the pregnancy. Yeah. So from there till the age of 12 to 14, the development of seminiferous tubules along with the reproductive organs of the male will develop. Okay. Now when it starts functioning, that is the condition puberty or adolescence. Puberty in a maturity, or the person is reaching the age of adolescence. I hope you understand. So now this adolescence age, it is also as teenagers. Teenagers, because it is normally between the age from 13 to 19 years. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, teen and they are teenagers. I hope you are listening. So this puberty and adolescence, that we will discuss in the later part of the session as reaching the age of adolescence. Okay. So during that time, there are some bodily changes occurring in both male and female. Bodily changes occur in both male and female. Okay. So in female, first when a female is attaining maturity, puberty, then the menstrual cycle begins. Okay. So when the puberty is reached by a female at the age of 13 onwards, normally it is menstrual cycle starts. What does it mean? We have learned female reproductive system, is it not? In that, this ovary is undergoing changes as Graafian follicle, and that Graafian follicle on maturation at the time of puberty will undergo the process called oogenesis. Will undergo the process called oogenesis. Will undergo the process called oogenesis. I hope you are listening. So now this oogenesis, it will produce the ovum. As a result of oogenesis, it produces the ovum. And the process of release of ovum is called ovulation. Okay? The process of release of ovum is called ovulation. I hope you understand. So now this ovulation, once it releases the ovary, once it releases the ovum by the process ovulation, we say puberty begins. That is menarche. The start of menstruation is menarche. Okay, and that will continue in female for every 28 days. The cycle of every 28 days it continues, and then normally at the age of 45 to 50 in female, that menstrual cycle will continue. And then from the age of 45 to 50, that menstrual cycle may stop. That is menopause period. I hope you understand. So during that period is menopause. Okay. So we have come across the term menarche and menopause. Are you clear? And then we say Graafian follicle will undergo changes by the process oogenesis. Right? And that oogenesis will release the ovum. And that release of ovum is ovulation. I hope you understand. And if that ovum which is releasing, it has to be getting fertilized. It has to be fertilized. Okay. So if that ovum is not fertilized, the unfertilized egg along with the uterine wall. The uterus is preparing itself for receiving the fertilized ovum. Last chapter 9 fertilization. So if that fertilization is not happening, that is sent out as menstrual blood. Okay, and that is menstrual cycle. Okay, so this menstrual cycle, it is continued for every 28 days in female. I hope you understand. Again, if it is fertilized, if that ovum gets fertilized, then it will start developing into an embryo. It starts developing into an embryo. Okay, and that embryo up to from the fertilized egg up to 3 months, it is termed as embryo. And further development, it is called fetus. The development of embryo from the month of 3 to 9, it is called fetus. And during that time of development, it is called gestation period. I hope you understand. So that is known as gestation period. Right? We'll just continue. So this fetus, when it is developing from the period of 3 months to 9 to 10 months, it is called gestation period. And developing embryo is known as fetus. I hope you understand. So we are talking about female reproductive system. That chapter 9 we have learned a pair of ovaries through which a pair of ovaries. Can you recollect? This is one minute. Ovary, a pair of ovary. This is uterus. This is fallopian tube. Yeah. So now this ovary, uterus, is preparing itself for the development of the fetus. Okay? Now, if that fertilized egg is not implanted, that is called implantation. We come across another term called implantation. Yeah? So the fertilized egg has to be implanted in the uterine wall. And then it will start growing. That is up to 1 to 3 months. It is called embryo. Further development, it is known as fetus. And that fetus development, it is called gestation period. I hope I am clear. Now, this fertilized egg is not implanted. If it is not grown, then that is sent out as menstrual blood along with the uterine wall. That is called menstrual cycle. So the beginning or start of the menstrual cycle is called menarche, and stop of the menstrual cycle, it is known as menopause. I hope I am clear. Yeah? So this is for female reproductive system. Now this, one more, this Graafian follicle is releasing the ovum by the process ovulation. Is it not? Now this empty Graafian follicle is now transformed into another organ that is known as corpus luteum. I repeat, the empty Graafian follicle, after the release of ovum, the empty Graafian follicle is transforming into a structure called corpus luteum, which is a transitory endocrine gland. Which is a transitory endocrine gland secreting the hormone progesterone. Transitory endocrine gland secreting the hormone progesterone. I hope you follow. So now this progesterone will take part in further development during gestation period. And again, if it is not so, menstrual cycle sollala, and for that also uterus is preparing for receiving the fertilized egg by the action of progesterone. I hope you understand. So this progesterone is also known as pregnancy hormone. Progesterone is also known as pregnancy hormone. I hope you understand. So in female reproductive system, we come across the term ovary secreting the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Now estrogen is meant for primary sex organ ovary, where it is taking part in the development of Graafian follicle and formation of ovum and release of ovum. And it is also taking part in calcium metabolism. Yesterday we were talking about parathyroid, is it not? So if that hormone is not, if menstrual cycle stops, that estrogen hormone secretion is also getting reduced, and then this female body will take the parathyroid hormone for calcium metabolism. As is, throughout the life cycle of female, this parathyroid is also doing the function of calcium metabolism. At the same time, only this estrogen is doing calcium metabolism function. Okay? As the menopause period starts, the estrogen secretion is totally reduced and female looks older than male, due to this calcium metabolism. I hope you understand. So this is for female hormone. Okay, so this hormone One minute. Just a minute. Okay, so we say ovaries are the egg or ova producing female reproductive organs. They are also endocrine gland that secrete estrogen and progesterone hormone on stimulation by the pituitary hormone. I hope you understand. estrogen is responsible for the appearance of appearance of secondary sexual characters in female, such as changes in body structure and production of eggs, while progesterone is involved in changes that take place during menstrual cycle. Now we will come to another term as secondary sexual character. Secondary sexual character. Another as normally development of testis and its associated organ in male and development of ovary along with its accessory organ in female reproductive system. They are forming primary sexual characters. Okay, and along with that there are secondary sexual character also taking place, right? So when the reproductive system continues to function, the secondary sexual characters are also tapered. That is normally in puberty puberty or adolescent age. So that the secondary sexual characters will be visible only at the time of, can be noticed, visible can be noticed only at the time of puberty or a person reaching the age of adolescence. I hope you understand. So now this female, as I said, it is as estrogen and progesterone, and then we should learn about corpus luteum, which is a transitory endocrine gland where it is responsible for the secretion of pregnancy hormone progesterone. I hope you understand. So this is for ovary. Gonad or sex hormone role or its function. Whereas testis is situated inside the scrotal sac, suspended from the lower proximity of male body, otherwise we say outside the abdominal cavity. Then the testes are endocrine gland that secrete the hormone testosterone on stimulation by pituitary hormone. Pituitary hormone another luteinizing hormone and interstitial cell. Interstitial cell. Then testosterone is responsible for the appearance of secondary sexual character in male, such as growth of body and facial hair, change in voice and production of sperm. I repeat, testosterone is responsible for the appearance of secondary sexual characters in male, such as growth of body and facial hair, change in voice and production of sperm. I hope you understand. So this is for testosterone, right? Now, as I said, we come across a term androgen where the secretion of male as corpus gland, seminal vesicle and prostate gland secretion. Along with that, we name it as androgen. Right? So now in testis, we come across a term testis interstitial cell. Interstitial cells or Leydig cells. Okay, and then other one it is Sertoli cells. We say testis, it is formed of numerous seminiferous tubules, right? and those seminiferous tubules will undergo spermatogenesis. These seminiferous tubules will undergo spermatogenesis. Chalo, yeah. But not the entire tubules of the testis will take part in spermatogenesis. They get differentiated into interstitial cells and Sertoli cells. Now, this Sertoli cells will take part in development of the testis, and other normal tubule will take part in spermatogenesis. I hope you understand. And then millions of sperms will be formed at the time of reproduction. At puberty, when there is changes, millions of sperms will be produced by the male reproductive system. I hope you understand. So this is for male reproductive system. Okay. Now, in our textbook, it is given as in our textbook, in the portion of first half, at the video session, right? Now I am covering pages 117 and 118. I have given additional information. Okay, 117 I have given 117 and 119 additional information. I hope you understand. So this hormone, role of hormone, reproductive phase in life cycle. Ita nama culture. Yeah? As menstruation occurs once in about 28 to 30 days. First menstrual flow begins at puberty is termed menarche. We'll just continue. So, we are talking about spermatogenesis. Yeah. So, now the changes, that is what role of hormones in male and female. Right? So, now the changes which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. I repeat, the changes which occur at adolescence are controlled by hormones. Okay. Now, what are hormones? We said hormones are chemical substances which are the secretion from endocrine glands, or we say endocrine system, or ductless gland. Now, the male hormone, also as testosterone, begins to be released by the testis at the onset of puberty. This causes changes in boys about which we have learned as growth of facial hair. Once puberty is reached in girls, ovary begin to produce female hormone estrogen. Okay, and which makes the secondary sexual character begins development of the breast. Right? Milk secreting glands or mammary glands develop inside the breast. The production of these hormones is under the control of another hormone secreted from endocrine gland, part of the pituitary. Pituitary gland only, it is taking part in secretion. I hope you follow. Then in our textbook, it is said about target site. Endocrine gland releases hormone into bloodstream to reach a particular part called target site. Okay, target site responds to the hormone. There are many endocrine glands or ductless gland in our body. Now, இது நம்ம மறுபடியும் ஃபுல்லா படிக்கல, இது நம்ம புக்ல உள்ளதே தான். Okay, now this flow chart you should know, given in our textbook 117. As hormones from pituitary stimulate testes and ovaries to release testosterone in male and estrogen in female. Now, released in the bloodstream and reach the parts of the body, that is target site or target organ. I hope you are listening. Now, stimulate changes in the body at onset of puberty. These hormone stimulate changes in the body on the onset of puberty. Right? Then we have learned reproductive phase of life in human, where we have learned the three terms: menstrual cycle, menopause, and gestation period. I hope you understand. Then it is as sex determination in man as human containing 23 pairs of chromosome. Human contains 23 pairs of chromosome. 1 minute. Human contains 23 pairs of chromosome as 23 pairs as XX in male, XX in female, XY in male. Okay. Now this X and this X will have XX female, and this X and this X will have XY male. I hope you follow. Right? So this is as sex determination, and that sex determination will continue in our next video session in this lesson, continuation, chapter 10, reaching the age of adolescence. Okay, we will continue in the next video session. Thank you.